Hello, adventure. End times or new beginnings is kind of the focus of this discussion. At least I hope it's a discussion. You guys know that I go off of your comments and talking points a lot. Because if I'm not here for you, I don't know what I'm here for. And that does include the Pastor Bob topics, which, by the way, I went on a small rant earlier today, because this is the second live today, just talking about how I got some comments about those not liking kind of the little shift in direction I took the last couple weeks. But it wasn't even really a choice. It was just, like usual, going with the flow of what's been happening and talking about what I think is most important. And whether that rhymes with George Magazine or not, it's just kind of what it is, whatever happens. And although I do plan on, I will be covering some specific George Magazine articles in the near future. And for those of you who are wondering, what's going to change if I'm talking about George Magazine stuff, as of right now, that's pretty much it. So not really a big change. And I was actually a little surprised about some of the negative feedback, but it's not really a big deal. So I just used that earlier to kind of talk about things. But let's talk about end times or new beginnings. So this is what I've been thinking about. When it comes to Pastor Bob, as we know, there are many different sort of theories, belief systems that people have. And I've talked to you a lot about mine over the last year. And I don't know, it can be kind of conflicting to what we all think sometimes, because some of you are really, really thinking about, okay, this is the end times. The Lord's coming back soon, and it's over. Wrap it up, right? We're seeing crazy evil. We're about done. And then I kind of try to balance things out with, hey, yeah, it could be the end, or we might have a long time yet to go, because our timing is not God's timing. And our time, space, matter, everything, it's different on God's terms. So, hi, Angel Eyes. So I bring that up because what exactly is happening here in the world, right? We got lots of things that we're excited about, but then on the other hand, sometimes it's like, okay, Lord, let's just end this thing, because we want the new world, we want you to return and all of that. And we want our countries to be restored, fixed, healed. Heal our land, Lord. Heal our land? That's biblical. But we want him to return and sort of end the show? It sounds kind of like we're a little bit bipolar with our beliefs sometimes. And so again, that's why who's here? Jackie from Australia, welcome. Barbara, good to see you. That's why I always talk about sort of planning for the long term and hoping, plan for the worst, hope for the best, kind of is my philosophy. But, there's rumors out there about maybe something special with Pastor Bob 2027. What if this sort of slow roll action that we've seen the past 5 years, 10 years, what if that just continues? I mean, really think about that. If we're trying to predict the future, the past is a really good predictor of kind of what's coming. Now, I say all that with saying, and Digital Revolution is here, so he's going to appreciate this. Even though I think kind of in general, a lot of things are going to be slow moving, I do believe there's going to be some major events that take place. And it's going to definitely have a dramatic shift on the world. And I do believe in a good way. But if you're thinking more on the side of prophecy, the book of Revelation, then you could also see that as sort of like a catapult to bring us closer to end times. But, with the masses, things move slowly, painfully slow for those who are kind of really aware of what's going on, which our community is here. So what am I trying to say? I think it is kind of both happening at the same time. It's end times and new beginnings all at once. And that's why, whether we're talking about Pastor Bob, Gene Ho, George Magazine, different people, different events, current events, we just need to keep our eyes open, stay prepared, but enjoy life, for what we got. And I admit that's something I need to work on too, because I have my routines and there's so many things I want to do, accomplish, and sometimes it can be hard for me to sort of unplug. So that's why just recently, actually, I decided I was going to make Sundays my official day of rest again. I figured, what better day than Sunday, right? It just kind of makes sense with church services anyway, for a lot of us. But because I really need that too. I need a day that's just kind of like, okay, you did this stuff all week long. It's time to rest and sort of smell the roses and relax. So I don't know what you guys do, if you do something similar. Maybe it's a different day of the week, and that's fine. But hi, Elaine. What's Digital Revolution here has got some codes and stuff. Gematria. Blueberry budget. Yeah, I obviously can't look up the gematria right now, but interesting. That is interesting. Digital Revolution. And I've seen some of your videos too before, and they were good. Hi, Lane. I think I said hi, but yep, Cassie's doing her thing. She says hello. Just chilling. And today I did a live earlier, and I hit the mic mute like twice, apparently. I don't even know how I did that. So if you hear the live from earlier, sorry about that. It does cut out a few times. The button is so easy to press on here, and you can't even tell when you do. It's hard to notice. So what else? Yeah, with Pastor Bob. So a lot of you think there could be something big coming up. I mean, obviously, October 10th is his dinner and concert, and I'm excited to see how that goes. Let's see, it's the 15th or something. Yeah, we're only like 3-4 weeks away, less than 4 weeks away. Something like that. And, so I want to put out the word again. If any of you are going to go to that dinner show, then please let me know. Send me an email to mattsavinamusic@gmail.com and let me know, because I might like to collaborate with you somehow regarding the video content. And yeah. But either way, I'm sure I'll have videos to share for you guys, hopefully some kind of montages to put together. Hi, Miss Sheila. Nice to see you. Charlie Kirk was asked if he owned Bitcoin. He said he owns a lot of the plumbing of crypto. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Digital revolution. Hello, Santana. And I am the biggest fan of XRP and XLM. So that's one of those things that we're waiting for to see how it pans out. It's like the whole digital asset and crypto world has really just been in this holding pattern, really, ever since it started, except for Bitcoin, but that's already kind of come and gone, fizzled out as far as I'm concerned. But literally all of crypto, it's all there, the technology is there, things are working, some people are using it, and banks and whatnot, but it's really just, it's all just waiting for a moment where it's unleashed to the masses, essentially. And so we look at the same sort of scenario with information to be unleashed to the world on just about every topic you can think of. Hello, kind of some of the things we've talked about lately. And some might say that includes Pastor Bob Joyce. Some might say that includes George Magazine's place in the world, in this country. Some would say what the president has been working towards this whole time. What's going to become of it? What's going to be the big accomplishments at the end of 2028? And we still got a ways to go. Obviously, a lot has happened and is happening, but I mean, it's only 2025, right? So it's kind of like, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and we're all kind of tired of the marathon. It's the longest marathon ever, but nevertheless, we're still on this roller coaster ride. And that's right, Elaine, the smart ones just want Jesus. And we want his return. We want the new world for 10,000 years and more. Sorry about that, if it cut out on you guys. So there are some theories, as probably a lot of you know, about what happened with Charlie Kirk. I don't think I really chimed in too much on it here, and I have my reasons for it, but I've kept it pretty straight and narrow on this show, this channel/show. And like I said, if you want to know more about what I found and believe, then you're just going to have to go to Telegram, my news channel, which is in the video description. You can find the name of it. Well, it's Mastermind News, but the official name handle you can find in the description. Hello, NANA. Welcome back. And I'm gonna lasso up this doggy who could just hang out for a while, but you ready, Cassy? Let's go. She's like, yeah, I'm just gonna stall and act like I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Let me leash this doggy and then we'll continue conversation. Santana said, I want peace, love, and respect for all walk of life, for everyone to come to the Lord. Amen. I think we all agree with you here. Yeah, Digital Revolution. I didn't actually listen to all of Erica's speech, but from what you're telling me, it sounds like I probably should. I was more focused on the mannerisms, the body language reading, because that's kind of what I consider my expertise. And just a whole lot of things were not matching up for me at all. The timing, how soon many things happen. Like I said, I'm not going to get into it here, but yeah, I don't recommend anybody just listens to the mainstream and assumes that's what happened. But from everything I've seen, I'll just say I think it's a lot more positive than we all think. And I know that may sound terrible if you have no idea what I'm talking about, so that's why all I can do is direct you to my other channel, where if you go to that channel, I have pinned the information. So all you gotta do is go to the channel, click on the top of the page where the messages are pinned, and it'll go right to it, because it was important. It is important. And I don't think that the masses are obviously meant to know what's really going on. And it's meant to be confusing, obviously. So there's lots of things that have been happening, as you all know, that sometimes we can have like quick theories about and feel pretty good about. And then there's other things that happen that we may also have a theory pretty soon, but it could take a long time, years, decades, to really get enough info and be like, now we know exactly what happened. I mean, look at 9/11. How long were we blinded, distracted, led astray, and didn't really know what happened? When now We look at the videos, we listen to testimonies of people who were there in New York, and it's like, how did I not question more of this before? But we just didn't have all the info at our fingertips. But it is different now, because now it's like something happens, you got literally hundreds of people dissecting every video that's on the internet. You have experts of different kinds who are using their years of experience and knowledge to break things down at different points about the topic and event. And so, yeah, that's what people like us do. We take all the videos and we compare that against all of the most knowledgeable people that we can find, right? Yeah, there you go, digital revolution. I totally agree, and that's why officially, when it comes to most of my channels, I've been just sort of treating the event like it was as happened as what the mainstream said, because that's what most people are going to believe and roll with no matter what. That's just how it is. So Digital Revolution said, regardless whether or not it was staged, the result is the same. And then the hashtag, you guys can all see. And that's exactly right. And that's what we've all been saying, is God won that day, last week. He's still winning from that event, because people, once they wake up, they don't go back to sleep, okay? We've been saying that, we know that. And I mean, all generations have woken up in some shape or fashion, if nothing else, to like good and evil. And that's really where this battle is going to be won. So, yeah, the whole thing was terrible. We all felt it somehow, some way. And even the next day, when I already found so much info that made me feel good about what actually happened, I still felt it. I still felt that pain in the pit of my stomach, just because that's who I am. I'm very empathic. And when everybody is feeling that loss, that grief, it's not something I can turn off. But yes, especially on that first day, it kind of just, it was like an unavoidable. You can't not feel something unless you're just totally cold, obviously, or you had the inside info from the start. Who else is here? Verna, hello. Yeah, NA. Social media has changed the way we analyze. And it's different for us too. Once you've seen so many things clearly and realized how many things were lies, that also changes you. How you, when a big event happens like that last Wednesday with Charlie, yeah, it's still gonna affect you, because, I mean, we all love Charlie. But at the same time, it's like, okay, we've got a lot of practice at this. It's time to start looking at things seriously. And we want to know what happened. So it's like a whole process that we've developed with social media, with the experts we've come to trust, and those who are discerning, because that's a skill too. Those who are highly in tune with reading people, events, timings, connecting the dots. And after that initial shock of what I saw, was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. I was already noticing things that were like, that's kind of weird. That didn't look right. Was that fake? You know, and then we started seeing more videos, and yeah, just more things kept adding up, even before I heard anyone's take on it. And I'm sure a lot of you had that same experience where you're just like, you know, it's almost a little bit, some of this stuff is like movie-like. And then, yeah, there we go. We're all Charlie Kirk now, exactly. So, and it's already had a huge effect on the younger generations. And I think Turning Point, just like that whole ministry and college ministries, is just going to explode. It sounds like it so far from what's been happening. Verna asked, will you be at Pastor Joyce's church this Sunday? Oh, no, I will not be. I'm far away. I'm in Southern California, so I wish I could make it out on a regular basis, but I cannot. Yeah, we are facing one heck of a wakey is right. Jesus will win in the end. Yeah, I just reshared one of the songs from my last album on Telegram on my Matt Savina music page, and it's called God Wins in the End. And that was one of my favorite songs from the album. That was 2023. But also The Storm, Stand Our Ground. So I've been resharing some of those songs that, you know, for a long time we could see like where things are going one way or another. And so in 23, I was really inspired to write some songs that were kind of about this whole movement that's happening. And I want to do more this year. I hope I can. So you think he was silenced? Yeah, and it's a tricky topic to talk about too. With those who are aware and those who aren't. So this has probably been the most careful topic for me to try to talk about. Even with my smaller groups who were all kind of on the same page, like most of you are here too, same kind of thinking. But I found myself being extra careful on how I put things because it's just been a very personal event for a lot of us, and me included. So even if I think that the good guys were really involved, it's not like I'm going to run around and celebrate because I'm so sure. It's just, it's like too soon, no matter how you slice it, you know. Yeah, NA. It was like a JFK assassination event. It absolutely was. And for those of us who weren't there at that time, that was kind of like our moment in a not good way, where just you knew the whole country, everybody was paying attention to it in some shape or form, and it was a gut punch for most of us. So I did think about that too. Yeah, as far as seeing Pastor Bob, you know, whether it's a concert or just a regular church service, you're going to be very happy and enjoy it. It was great being at George Live, and as of right now, I'm planning to go next year unless something changes or I can't make it. But I'd like to see their new church building and go there too. Yeah, that's a pretty good distance from California to Arkansas. That is no joke. That is a couple solid days, more like 3, unless you got somebody to tag team driving. But I wouldn't recommend it. Well, I hope you enjoy Verna. I'm sure you will, but Digital Revolution's always got the inside word and gematria codes for some of you to look into after this. Hi, Barbara. That's a long drive from Kentucky, too. But, you know, if you want to go bad enough, you're just going to have to plan. Plan far in advance. It cost me a few bucks, and it almost seemed early for me to go, too, after my recovery this year. But like I told you guys before, I had a moment in a parking lot outside of a grocery store where I was like, man, the tickets are going to probably be sold out soon as far as the VIP. And it's my time. I'm going to do it. And I felt that nudge, and I just said, you know what? It's time. But of course, I had multiple reasons too, wanting to meet everyone from George Magazine and get all the video coverage for you guys. But, well, we are back. Oh, what happened? We are back to wrap it up for today. Tonight, as you can see, it's dark now. So yeah, you guys can always continue the conversation on the posted video after this. The comments you're doing now are not the same as the normal comments after the video posts, but you guys can always continue there. So did we cover everything? Yeah, we're talking about the next couple years being a whole lot more interesting, probably as we go. And all you got to do is look at the hindsight of what's taken place the last 5 years to know that it's going to keep coming. And all those theories that we've been talking about, certain things we've been pretty sure about, you notice how it hasn't changed. If anything, it's gone more and more in the positive direction. So I hope that will give you all a little bit of confidence, peace, hope through the craziness, because as crazy as it is, I'm feeling really positive about a lot. So, and I'd love to hear about your trip, Verna, and anyone's trip to go see the church. Update us here on the channel. And yeah, we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep shining, support each other. And what else was I going to say? I'm thinking, well, maybe I should just use the current Facebook page that I have. So if you guys didn't know it, I do have an artist official Facebook page that's just called Matt Savina. I have my regular Matt Savina personal profile, but I also have my Matt Savina artist page on Facebook. I got 2 of them. So I'm thinking about kind of growing this community there too, because honestly, it's kind of hard to build a community here in some ways, and that's why other apps are good to use. So I'll keep you guys posted, but just to let you know, as always, go in the video description, find your favorite socials, and join me in other places because I stay very busy. I got lots of channels, and there's lots of ways for us to connect and stay connected. So I don't post on Facebook nearly as much as I do here, but and the other places, but I'm there. And yeah, we'll stay in touch. So, okay, guys, digital revolution with some final words. The golden age digital future runs on XRP. Prepare for epic ripple FX. I love your emojis, and I need you to like write XRP scripts for me, and I'll just read them. Okay, thanks, Verna. I will look for your updates for sure. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. It is chow time for me and time to call tonight. So thank you all. God bless. Take care.